Hi everybody, I'm Tasha. Anyway, this is for mainly all of my friends who know me and know what's kind of been going on, and this is kind of to go over a little bit on what was said in the last video that y'all might have seen. I had brought up some stuff about an old friend that had hurt me, and I wanted to get everything cleared up. Now, I would prefer to clear this up with her, but she, of course, isn't going to talk to me because she isn't going to admit anything that she has done wrong. What I really want to know is why it was said and why all this was done. So I would really, really appreciate if some of my friends would just listen to this and tell me if it's wrong or tell me why. And I also want to warn y'all on about what kind of person she really is, because I've seen and I've been through it, and I now realize she's not a really good person. I'm sorry if y'all are friends, and I really love all of my friends, but I just feel like I need to say something so y'all aren't hurt, because I've heard the things she said about everyone, and I do mean just about every one of y'all. And it's just, I don't get it. How can you call yourself a friend to someone and then talk trash about them, about who they are, what they do, and then go do the same exact thing? It's being a hypocrite, really, and it's not right. So first thing I'm going to talk about is kind of how this all started and how I slowly started to realize that she was a bad person. Now, when I first started going to the minis, and me and her would talk, she would always try to persuade me into dumping my boyfriend and going and sleeping around with other guys because that's what she did. And she admitted, truthfully, to cheating. I don't believe in cheating. I am very much so against adultery. It's not right. We'll get into that more later on, too. I told her no, and she's like, how do you know what you like? I'm monogamous. I only love one person as far as, my partner. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to do anything like that. When I love someone, I'm loving them with my all. I don't care if I've never had sex with another guy in my life. That doesn't matter. As long as I'm happy with that person and they're happy with me, that's what freaking matters. And it's ridiculous that one of these people who swears up and down she was my boyfriend's best friend, like a brother, would sit there and not only tell me to go cheat on him, but to also dump him and also talk crap about him. And I'm talking bad. All of y'all know my boyfriend, Bill. He's a fantastic guy. He's sweet. He's funny as all hell. The butt part. But to sit there and say he's stupid, he's a loser, he's unattractive, that she would never date him, which I don't give a fuck if she would date him or not, or she would never fuck him. I don't give a fuck if she would ever fuck him or not, because he ain't her boyfriend. He's mine. And to hear all the mean, hateful things that she said about him, it's not right. What kind of freaking friend does that to someone who is supposedly your brother? I mean, if she says that about Bill, who she calls on all the time to drive everywhere, can y'all imagine what she really says about y'all? Because I've heard it all. And I'm not saying this because I'm doing it behind her back, because if she sees this video, alrighty. That's fine by me. Another thing with the way she talks bad about about people's backs. Morgan, I love you. You are so awesome. You're sweet as hell, and you are so freaking goofy, and it's awesome. And I cannot stand that when you needed help, she wasn't there, and she didn't even really care until after I told her about Cass. You know Cass now. She was a stranger, didn't even know you. You were going through a really hard time. I didn't really know how to help, but I tried my best to help. And I had called her. explaining what was going on, saying, I need help to help you. And she didn't care. Said, it's Morgan. She always does this for attention, and she won't do anything at all. Just leave her alone, or I'll handle it later. I'm busy right now. I'm too busy to deal with it. That's not right. I don't care if a person has ever claimed it more than once. You know what? I've almost lost a friend to freaking doing what you almost did. And you don't joke around with that crap. It doesn't matter if they've said it once. It doesn't matter if they said it 20 times. You always should be there for your friends. And she wasn't there. She didn't even get involved until after I said something about Cass. I mean, Cass was a complete stranger, and she took the time out of her life to help you and to comfort you. And even then, whenever I did tell her you were okay, and she should have been there for you, instead of calling to see how you were, she called to ask about Cass because she was so jealous, and I don't think that's right. And instead of being happy that you were okay, she flips out because it was Cass. Now you tell me, how is it right to judge someone you don't even know? She's never met Cass, never talked to her, never even seen her. And yet she says she hates her because she's one of my friends. Because she's actually helped me. Cass is a beautiful, wonderful person. She has helped me with more in my life than most people have. She's helped me deal with my grandpa having cancer, helping me learn to cope with it. My grandpa dying from cancer helped me with some of the problems I might have had, at the beginning of my relationship. Helped me financially, trying to give me advice. She helped me when I went to Corpus. I didn't really have a place to go. She let a complete stranger into her house and stay that week for free. Took care of me, everything. She's a fantastic woman. And yet, she's going to completely bash this person she doesn't even know because she did do all that for me. Now, is that right? Nikki, I love you. You're one of my best friends. You helped me through so much in high school. You were probably my closest friend in high school, to be honest. And I feel so bad that we have kind of lost contact and lost touch and everything, and I don't hear from you much anymore. And I hate that, again, things that are said. Terrible things. I mean, it's not right. I mean, I don't care if any of y'all are her friend. I really don't. I just want y'all to be aware of what she does. Because I don't think it's right for anyone to say they're a friend and then talk shit behind their back. And Nikki, you remember when, around the time that I had quit school, when I went to Trish's house, if you remember Trish, and you remember what I told you about what had happened? After months and months and months after getting to know her, actually not long ago, I finally told her about what had happened and why it is I get so nervous around this time of year, and why it is I get, or not this time of year, but around fall. And do you really think it's right for a friend to say, to just get over it? Just say it happened, so what? I'm sorry, but yeah, it happened. But it's also something that's really hard to freaking deal with. And now I have a fear of people doing that again. And instead of being there to just listen, she judged me on it. I don't think it's right for that. But you were there for me on that. And you know that I really, really appreciate that from you as a friend, that you were there for me on that. And it's just, I don't understand is, as a friend, I don't understand how you can't be. You just act like you do, like she doesn't care that it happened at all. And it's terrible. And then to lie about it and say that something worse happened to her, because I've asked numerous people that have known her forever, and every single one of them told me it's a complete lie, saying that she had something about the same but worse happen to her. It's not right to lie about something like that, because it's not right to lie about it because she wants attention, and that's why she did it. So I want you to be aware that that happened, and I wanted to tell you thank you for being there for me as a friend, and I'm sorry if anything I say is offending you because she's your friend, or hurting you because she's your friend. I just wanted the truth to be kind of let out on what has all happened. Anthony, I've seen the things that were posted on Facebook. I'm really not happy with you. You're a good friend. I considered you kind of like a goofy brother sort. We worked together for like a freaking year. Well, maybe not a year, a few months really. And it was awesome. But to fall into that crap that she's feeding you isn't right. I mean, if you love Morgan and you loved her for the person she was, and I mean you really loved her, then you would just be happy and move on and try and improve. I mean, you don't have to completely ruin anything because you're listening to this person in your ear tell you about this. I mean, I looked at you as a brother almost, as far as like a goofy kind of like little brother. I know that's a little weird considering they're like a big brother more or less, but I've heard some stuff about you, and that's why it's just kind of like, for one, it's none of her business to get involved in it, because as far as her relationship goes, it's all a sham, and I'll explain that in the next video. But just don't let your complete relationship be ruined. I mean, you could have still been friends with Morgan. Y'all two had something that was good at one time, but y'all could have still been friends. And now it's kind of like almost ruined because of people feeding you crap. And I'm sorry if any of it makes you mad or offends you again, but I just feel like I just don't want to feel like I'm telling you what to do. I'm just saying, you know, this is what I've seen. And again, I've heard so much about everyone, just about, and I love all of y'all, and I just can't stand hearing it and then seeing it still happen. So I just felt like saying that in this video. Anyway, part 2, the next video, is going to be over how I pretty much discovered how she is the way she is, okay? Basically going over what happened, everything, all the way leading up to how it happened as far as we're not speaking anymore. Okay, so again, I love all of y'all. Please watch the next video so that y'all can get a better understanding of why I'm doing this right now. Okay? I love y'all.